Hi cuties, welcome to this video class. This is term 3, class 5, social science. This is a continuation of the last session. In the last sessions, we have discussed unit 1, forts and palaces. Forts are very important. Conventionally, forts were built to ensure a safe and secure human settlement, to keep the enemy far away, and to ensure having an upper hand during war. We have learnt 7 forts totally. They are Velur Fort, Dindigul Fort, St. George Fort, Thirumayam Fort, Sadras Fort, Rinji Fort, Tarangambadi Fort. Children, all forts are same. No, each and every forts are different, isn't it? Even the building, the outside and inside, everything is different. So there are some types of forts. That is 6 types of forts. They are Jal Durg. Durg means fort. So Jal Durg was surrounded by water. It may be island fortress or plain fortress. So it may be located, the forts may be located on the island. So island is naturally surrounded by water on all the sides. Or if the forts may be located on plains, okay, on the area inside the land. Okay, so it was surrounded by moat. Okay, so the plain fortress was encircled with artificial moats or the sea or the waters of river. Plain fortress are naturally much more common. Here, this is the first one. Okay, the next one is Giri Durg. Here, Giri Durg was a hill or mountain fort. It was built on the summit. Summit means usually it is built on the flat. So, summit of a hill or a mountain. This was the most common type in the Middle Ages. The hill house had a chain of outposts and signal towers which connected by extensive defensive walls. So this is a character of the Giri Durga. The next fort is Vanadurg. Here, Vanadurg was surrounded on all sides with a dense and impassable forest over a distance of at least 14.6 kilometer. So no enemy can enter. Okay, no enemy can cross the forest to enter the fort. The next fort is Danodurg. Here, it was a desert fortress and built on saline soil of barren tract or on fens impregnated with saline water and protected by the thorny bushes that grow there. Next fort is Mahidurg. Mahidurg was encircled with earthen walls by fence or quicksand and stone or brick, their height exceeding 5.4 meter and their wall constituting half of the height. So thick. It is so thick. The next one is Nardurg. Here, Nardurg or fortress with men. It was defended by a large and loyal army of proven warriors and was well supplied with arms. Outlines of the fort indicate it had 8 gates and thick walls as well as a deep moat around the fort. So these are the types of fort. Next, what we have discussed, palace. Palace is a large house that is the home of a king and queen. Here, so we have learnt some palaces in the last sessions. Children, palace is a large house, is it so? Can you guess how many rooms in the palace? Each and every palace is different. So it has so many rooms. Okay, so I read out a few name of rooms. The Great Hall. In the name itself given great, so the hall is very big. Next is bed chambers, that is bedrooms. Next is cabinets. Cabinets is used as a sitting rooms. And next dressing rooms, then libraries. Next bathrooms, kitchens. Next pantry. Pantry is a room where food items are stored. Next is larder. Larder is a cool area for storing food prior to use. Next is gatehouses or guard rooms. So it may be in the beginning of the palace, in the gateway, near the gate. Okay. Next is chapels. Chapel was intended for prayer. Next is storerooms. In the storerooms, not only they store food items but also all. So especially weapons also. Okay. Next one is dovecotes. Here dovecotes. Dovecote is a building intended to house pigeons or doves. Next is apartments. So each and everybody, those who are in a large house in the palace, each and everybody they have a separate room. So that is apartments, and so on. Here in the last session, we have discussed Thirumalai Nayakar Palace, which is located at Madurai. Next, we have discussed Tamukam Palace. Next, we have discussed Fern Hills Palace. Today, we are going to discuss Tanjavur Maratha Palace. Tanjavur Maratha Palace is popularly called Tanjavur Aranmanai. So it's a very large house, is it so? So only it is called as Aranmanai. So Tanjavur Maratha Palace was originally constructed by the rulers of Tanjavur Nayakar Kingdom. After the fall of Tanjavur Nayakar Kingdom, it served as the official residence for Tanjavur Maratha. So first Nayakar only they started to build this palace. Then after the fall of them only, then Maratha they captured this palace. Then they started to rule. Tanjavur Palace complex is a tourist attraction which houses three separate venues. They are the palace, the art gallery, and a manuscript library which is called Saraswati Mahal. The palace was officially called Shivaganga Fort and was held by the Nayaka family until April 1674, when the Maratha ruler Kengoji captured it. After that, the Marathas enhanced the original structure and expanded the palace complex. It is a huge complex that has many architectural features. The massive complex consists of huge halls, widened corridors, multi-storied observation towers, and a shady courtyard. Here, look at. Another intriguing feature is the extremely narrow staircases with short steps. Look at the steps. The steps are very short and the space also narrow. Then short turns, turning also it's small, okay, short turns and low ceilings. This was a measure to prevent enemies' rapid advance inside the palace. Cavalry advances would be impossible through the stairs, and the foot soldiers cannot climb up with great speed. Here, look at another picture. Here, the enemy foot soldiers would be easy prey to the men waiting for them above. So easily, if any enemies which enter into this staircases. Here they can able to capture them, or they can, or the palace army can able to kill them. Here Saraswati Mahal. Saraswati Mahal is considered as one of the oldest historical libraries in India. Saraswati Mahal also has a museum. The library has more than a million manuscripts in languages like Tamil, Sanskrit, Marathi, Telugu, and Manipraval. Next, we are going to see Badmanabhara Palace. Badmanabhara Palace is a beautiful historical monument that is situated at Badmanabhapuram, Kanyakumari district. It is also known as Kalkulam Palace. Badmanabhapuram Palace is a wooden palace, full of made up of wooden. Okay, most of the places, and which is built in Kerala style of architecture. It is a fine example of art and craftsmanship. The Badmanabhapuram Palace was built by the ruler of Travancore. The palace has various sections like Queen Mother Palace, Council Chamber, Southern Palace, and so on. This palace is owned, controlled, and maintained by the government of the neighboring state of Kerala, but it is located in Kanyakumari. Is it so? So this is a side view of the Badmanabhapuram Palace, and this is a pond of the Badmanabhapuram Palace. So through this water body, they can get the water supply. Next one is Kuttuvilakku. It is a lamp, isn't it? Kudirai Vilakku. It is called Kudirai Vilakku. It is a lamp which is located in Badmanabhapuram Palace. Next is Navaratri Mandapam. Okay, some pujas are celebrated in this area, in this place. Next is Badmanabhapuram Clock Tower. It is a view from inside, and it is a view from this also view from inside. This is a side view. Next one is Mantrashala. So Mantrashala mostly used for prayer. Shall we recall what we have learnt in this unit? Here we have learnt 7 forts. They are Vellore Fort, Dindigul Fort, Fort St. George, Tirmayam Fort, Sadras Fort, Jinji Fort, Tarangambadi Fort. As well as we have learnt 5 palaces. They are Thirumalai Nayakar Palace, Tamukam Palace, Fan Hills Palace, Tanjavuratha Palace, and Badmanabhapuram Palace. I thought you all understood this lesson fully. Children, take your book, complete this activity. It is a very simple activity. So complete this activity and share it to me. And another activity is also given. Connect the following objects with their names. This also easy activity. Complete and share it to me. This is another recap. So palaces and forts are the prime attraction of Tamil Nadu tourism. Vellore Fort is a fine example of military architecture. Next point is the major attraction of Thirumalai Nayakar Palace is the courtyard and the dancing hall. Some glossary words are given in your book. Manuscript. Manuscript is a document which is written by hand. Next word is moat. A deep, wide ditch. Ditch means water body which is surrounded a fort. Next word is raiders. Raiders are nothing but invaders. Then another one, simple activity which is given as a project, This is not a project number 1. Social project I have given already to you. That is a martial arts. So today is the last date to complete your project number 1. This is a simple another activity. You can paste any color papers to create a fort or palace, or at least use colors to draw any fort or palaces simply. And after complete this activity, share it to me. Thank you children. Have a nice day.